Hey everyone, good morning. Good morning. It's time for a morning coffee and some chit chat. Well, I know I haven't been on consistently for a long time now, and that's going to change as of today. So you're going to see me a whole bunch more because I want to see you, and because I want to talk to you about all of the wonderful things that not only have I been doing, but the wonderful things that I've been learning and the advancements that I've been making, how I've been evolving and involving and what that means and how I made a lot of changes in my life and basically, what I'm grateful for and some tools and tips and strategies and things that I've been now using in my life and with my clients in the Chakra House of Healing, and what I've been communicating to my conscious community of IAWSOM, the International Academy of Universal Self-Mastery. So lots of interesting things. The first thing I think that I've realized, not I think, I know that I've realized that fear isn't going to work. It's not going to work. And a lot of us have been living in that four-letter space of fear. And it's perfectly understandable. Like, how could you not be, really, with everything that's going on? We have been disconnected from each other physically on many areas in the planet. Some areas have not. And it's been a weird time. Some people are out there, everyone's getting together and having their gatherings, and other people are locked down in their homes. And we've got this thing that's happening worldwide. And for the first time ever, we are unified, but are we? Again, not everyone is in a place of understanding of everything that's going on. And it's too hard. Like I'm not saying that I'm sitting here understanding everything that's going on, but there's a lot going on. So one of our universal questions that we've always asked ourselves, even before this, was, who am I? What am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose in this life? Where is my role? Where's my part in this? And we're part of a huge evolution that's going on right now. It started back, this particular evolution started back in 1987 and is now moving forward. And we're in the last major phase of it right now. And I guess we look for, what am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to be a doctor? Am I supposed to be a lawyer? Am I supposed to be a healer? Am I supposed to be this? Am I supposed to be that? What is my role? Am I supposed to be a mother? Is that my only role? Am I supposed to be doing something else? This is things that show up for people all the time. What if I said to you that it's not as complicated as we make it? What if I said to you that basically we're part of that higher power? We know that it's there. The problem that a lot of us have had, most people have had, is that we think of that God consciousness or that Christ consciousness or the universal spirit or source or whatever it is that you call it. We think of it as something that we are codependent upon, like it's something that is outside of us, right? And then some of us have understood that it's part of who we are, right? And we know that, But then there's this other part that we have to move into. So the first one is where we've been codependent on this thing that's outside of us that we are told to believe in. Okay. Then there's some of us who have moved into that independent side where we know that, it's there, it's part of everything, and we're out there living our lives. And then there's other ones. There's then the final part is where we are interdependent. Because independent means that we are still separate from each other. We know that it's there, but we still see ourselves as separate from one another. And that's the key, right? We are not separate from each other at all. At all. I don't care what culture you're from. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what your belief system is. I don't care what your role in this life is. I don't care, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we are all connected. And that is the only thing that can never change, because we are interdependent. We are cohesive with each other. We just don't act that way. We act separate. This person is better than that person. We have some kind of a society system of this person is better because they have more of this and they own more of that. And we've come into this place where we think that somebody or something is better. And it's not true. It's not true. We're all part of the same energy. You are connected to me just like my leg. You are connected to me just like my arm. We are connected. And the minute we can wrap our heads around this, the easier life will become. Because number one, you can never be alone. You can never be alone. There is no such thing as being alone. We do feel lonely. That's a different thing. That's something that sometimes we need help with. But you're not alone. You can't be. It's not possible. It's impossible. So who am I? We all do. There is still a role. There is, right? There's different types of humans based on our DNA coding, right? There is that. There are parts of that we have to align. There's things that we have to learn. There's the fear that we need to get over. There's nothing to be afraid of. Whether we live, whether we die, I know that sounds so like, what is she talking about? We can't die. We cannot be destroyed. This body can go. This individuation that we're living, this individual thing that we're living separate in this cohesion, that can come to an end. But what we really are, the biggest, hugest, most of us, what the most of us is made up of, the majority of what each person is, can never, ever disappear. It can never be destroyed. We'll just be different. We will be what we were before we came into this body. There is no such thing as the end. It's just beginning again, a new beginning. And it's hard for us to grasp for many of us because we can't see it, because we can't touch it, because it's not tangible, because, you cannot see examples of this that you can actually test, but it's a thing. Through this whole experience over the last, I don't know, what has it been, 18 months? A lot has happened. A lot has happened. And some of us have chosen to stay glued to our televisions and watching every step of what's going on with COVID. but our DNA is mutating. Our DNA is changing. Certain parts of our DNA are being activated. And in order for this to happen, in order for us to evolve, in order for us to change, this needs to happen. It's been happening for a while now. COVID's only one thing. What about SARS? What about the flesh-eating disease? What about all these other diseases that came out? They were all part of it. And are we all, every single one of us, going to make it through? No. Even if there was no COVID, every single one of us wouldn't be making it through. We know that. It's the human cycle. But right now, everything's been named one disease. It doesn't matter what anybody dies of anymore. This is it. This is what they died of. This is the thing. And whether it's true, whether it's not true, whether it's been conspired, whether it's somebody's big inspiration to turn us into cyborgs, whether it's like whatever it is, there's something bigger going on even beyond that. And this is the time. This is the time when we have to bring out our faith in the truth. This is the time where we have to bring our trust out in the truth and just know that it's going to be okay. That we're going to come out the other side of this. Right now, we're in the thick of it, for sure. But we are going to come out the other side of it. And so what I would like to talk about every morning with you guys, or most mornings, is just my thoughts, what I've learned. You know, I Awesome was born during this, and that's the, my new conscious community, which is a synarchy. And that was a new word that I learned, synarchy. Up until now, we have been, there's been leadership in everything. There's been, and every business has a leadership. The government has a leadership. We have leaderships in our families. We have leadership is everywhere. But it's usually a hierarchy, right? It's usually from top to bottom. But that's not really where we're going to be. That's not where things are headed anymore. That's an old paradigm. And that paradigm is ending. And there's fear in that paradigm ending because the people who are the leaders want to hold on to that. Of course, right? They worked hard for it. But that's ending. And we're moving more into a heart-based, not a fear-based. Leadership is kind of a fear-based thing, that top to bottom. And we're moving into more of a heart-based community as a unified world. And that's more of a, there's a core and everything moving around it. So think of it more like the universe, like a galaxy, right? Everything has its purpose and we all work together. If the sun wasn't there, there'd be trouble. If our moon disappeared, there'd be trouble. If Mars disappeared, that would be a problem. Even if Jupiter disappeared, that would be a problem, right? So it's this whole synarchy. It's a synergy of working together. And in I Awesome, that's the exact same thing that I have been building. As a conscious community, we have been building together. The faculty, myself, we are doing this together as a synergy, right? We're working this together as a synarchy. And yes, there is a core, but that core is dependent upon everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of working together in synergy. That's the beauty of working together in a synarchy. Everybody has a voice, including the students. So it's been exciting to bring this, including the actual academy. I Awesome has her own energy. I Awesome knows what she wants. And I call her a she because she's very nurturing. And, she knows what she wants. She knows what she needs. I am working with her to give her those things. And the faculty is working with me to make sure that she is seen in this world. And the students are coming in to start building up their mastery and understanding who they are and what they are and their role in this universe. And all of this is working together in this beautiful synarchy. And she's coming to the world very soon. She's out there already, but she's coming in full force very soon. And so that's the way businesses are going to be run now. They have to be. There's no more like empire to the top. I am the ruler of all things. Like that's an old paradigm. That is not who we are anymore. That is not where we are headed. That is not where our evolution and involution is going. That is not what is happening. I've been off doing lives lately and things, and there's been a reason for that. Because I had to step out of my fear. As I was evolving, as I am changing, it kind of scared me. I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know if I was worthy. I didn't know if I was deserving or if I could step into all these roles that were showing up for me. And they'll show up. You don't have to look for them. You don't have to sit there and make yourself crazy and look for them. They will show up. Your job right now, I will say, is if you sit here and go, so what am I supposed to do? You are supposed to deal with your fears. You are supposed to step out of your shadow. People say, release your shadow. Do not release your shadow. You need your shadow. Your shadow is part of who you are. You must embrace your shadow, right? Your shadow is part of who you are. If you release your shadows, how are you going to deal with anything? You know what I mean? When situations and obstacles show up in this world, how do you deal with it if you don't have your shadow? Are you going to throw flower petals at it? Like, you need to have your shadow. You need to embrace it, but you also need to know that it has its place, and you need to start stepping into your gifts, right? And that is a beautiful transition, but you have some beliefs in place. There's some things in place that you've put there over time, some conditioning that needs to be evolved. Okay. And that's where people like myself, can help you. Not that we're not still evolving. Of course we are. But we've come through enough of it now that we can help others. Because why? That is the purpose, to contribute to others, to help others. That's the purpose of the Chakra House of Healing, my private practice where I'm there and I'm helping other people step into their limitlessness, to step into their mastery, to step into that place where now they can step into who they are and their role in the synarchy. And that is what iAwesome is about on a bigger scale, where I'm not doing it one-on-one with people, but we are working together. Myself and the faculty, we're working together to help the students forward. And as our launch comes up in July, you'll be hearing about it soon. That's what we're putting together. It takes time. It built fast, but it takes time to put together something that's going to be so powerful. And I believe that a lot of very conscious type of businesses are going to be doing the same thing. So this is what she's about. This is what iAwesome is about. This is what Chakra House is about. This is what you're about. This is what I'm about. We spend too much time looking for an end game. Just be here. Be here. Be in this time. Be in this place. And see yourself knowing that we're moving forward into a new place. And it's time to let go of the old paradigm. It's time to let go of the way that we thought our lives were going to be. And that's got fear. It does. But what if we could be so much better than what we are? So much more enlightened, where communication will be different, where how we connect with, there won't be any fear. There will be no separation. We'll be individuals, but we'll be cohesive. We won't wonder about what is my role. We won't wonder about who am I. What if we could be there? What if we could live our lives without being afraid or feeling unworthy or feeling undeserving or that we're not good enough? Wouldn't it be nice if we could allow ourselves to move into a space of that? So that's my talk with you today. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of wonderful things with you. And let's start chatting. Send me your comments. Send me your questions. Reach out to me. I do free sessions with people, to figure out what we can do to help you, what I can do to help you. If that interests you, reach out to me. And I know my place now. I've always known it. I just tried to make it something that it wasn't, or I didn't allow myself to see it because I was looking for some title, or I was looking for I don't know what I was looking for, but I actually don't know what I was looking for. I was looking for an answer that I already had. I just needed help to get there. All right. So maybe that's what you need. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Have a fantastic, fantastic Monday morning.